The dating and relationship world is indeed really, really complicated. And over the years, researchers have come to realize that the number of women single and searching for a partner increases every day. Year in, year out, a lot of women keep searching for a partner, someone to love them, someone to be their husbands. A lot of women are searching. And the number keeps increasing. Even among the educated, beautiful, talented, sexy, successful women out there, there are still a lot of them that are still searching for husbands. So why is the number of women searching for a partner increasing day by day? Year in, year out, a lot of women are searching for a partner. Why is this happening? Why is this on an increase? But before I begin with my reasons, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Also like and comment on my videos as well. Thank you so much for that. So in today's episode, I am going to be enlightening you guys on the reasons why a huge number of women, a growing number of women, are single and still searching in this 21st century. Number one reason, gender role confusion. A lot of women have become independent, educated, and very much financially stable. Although some of them still want to get married, but because of a lot of modern women have changed. Women these days have changed. This is the 21st century. It is now causing confusion. Yes, in a lot of relationships, because when a woman is very much independent and financially stable and all of that, some of them tend to behave like they don't need a man. While some of them feel that they need a man, the way they behave now affects the role of that man. Because the woman has money, she acts as if she no longer needs that man's money anymore. So it has a way of affecting the woman and her status as well. It has a way of affecting whether she will get married or not. So this character in women actually tends to create a confusion in the role expectations from both genders. It has a way of affecting whether a woman will remain single or not. Second reason, and a very good reason why a huge number of women are still single and searching, is because we now have fewer commitment-minded men. Yes, a lot of men are not even willing to be committed, to be in any committed relationship at all. They don't want to get married anymore. Most of them are influenced by hookup culture, social media distractions, and also, very important, the fear of the consequences and as the legal consequences of divorce. So most men are not even ready to make such commitment, and it's affecting the women now because the number of women that are single are increasing. A lot of things comes with this divorce of a thing. Yes, you see a couple that just got married just a few years ago. Before you know it, they're talking about divorce, and before you know it, the man has to share his properties and all of that. The woman will have to take some of his properties and all of that. So men tend to feel like there is no need for the commitment because of the fear of those things that come with divorce. Because if they get married, what of when they get divorced? A lot of things tends to happen and they'll begin to regret and feel bad. So a lot of them are learning from other people. Like you see a lot of guys, a lot of men that have lost a lot, all in the name of divorce. So this have actually put a lot of fear into men that actually want to be committed, now making a lot of them not to be commitment minded anymore, which is really bad. Social media pressure is another very good reason why a lot of women are still single, because all these social media platforms, they tend to pressure a lot of women. Yeah, like all these social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, they are filled with perfect couples, seemingly perfect couples, and it ends up making a lot of women feel left out. They feel behind. The pressure increases, and it's making a lot of them feel like they don't level up. And you see a lot of women feeling like they're not good enough. All those pressure has a way of affecting different women. So it also has a way of now increasing the number of women that are single. Because when a woman feels like she's not good enough to get married, she will remain single. So it has a way of affecting the women as well. And it also increases the urgency for a woman to find a husband. So this social media pressure, it's not good at all. A lot of women unrealistic expectations, and it's making a lot of them remain single. Women have been made to believe by social media standards to have unrealistic expectations of how a real man should be. A real man should be romantic, rich, wealthy, handsome, and emotionally stable. So when a man does not meet up to her unrealistic expectations, that man she cannot settle with that man. That man cannot even propose to her and she will accept, because the man doesn't meet up to her checklist. So now, to most women, because of those social media standards, this relationship of a thing is more like a checklist and no longer a journey of connection. And which is making a lot of women remain single. Because how can you as a lady, you keep having these unrealistic expectations from men? You have this your special checklist that if a man does not meet 10/10 in that checklist, that man is not a real man. My dear, you will remain single if you don't drop those social media standards and face reality. A lot of women tend to have that fear that time is now running out. For women that want to bear children, biology becomes a factor. That age where a woman needs to have children before, she gets to that time where she can no longer have children. It triggers a lot of things. That fear triggers a lot of it. Triggers panic, it triggers desperation. You now see a woman desperately searching for a husband just because she wants to be able to bear her own children. Especially women between the ages of 30 to 40, that age where a woman, gradually enters menopause. It triggers a lot of desperation and fear in them. And it's making a lot of women become desperate, which is not good for our society and our women at all. Another reason is because men date younger women. Yes, in so many cultures, especially in Africa, a lot of successful old men tend to date and marry young women. Yes, that is what most men do. So it now leaves the older single ladies with very few options, and it now causes an imbalance in the dating pool. It is not really good. That's why a lot of women are advised by family, by friends, to get married at their young stage, because as a woman gets older, most of them, not all, but most of them tend to have fewer suitors. So that is why women are often advised to get married at an early stage of their life. Because when a woman gets older and is now left with fewer or no options at all, that lady has high chances of remaining single, which has a way of keeping a lot of women single at a certain age. Because there is a shift in masculinity in men, it has made a lot of women remain single. Men no longer behave like they used to be. A lot of men, they have changed. Yes, a lot of women have this fear that a lot of men are no longer how they used to be. They're now overly emotional. They lack the drive to be in a relationship. A lot of men there are things that have changed about men of these days. So because of that shift in masculinity, a lot of women now see it as unattractiveness or being incompatible with what they desire in a man. And it has now made a lot of women single and searching, which is not good at all. There will always be change. Change is constant in both genders, both men and women. So women should not, all in the name of the shift in masculinity reigning these days, a lot of them feel like a lot of men don't have what they desire in a man anymore. But my dear, change is constant. That is what you have to understand. So whatever it is, you can still find your dream partner. Past relationship trauma is another reason that has made a lot of women remain single, and they are still searching up to today. Yeah, past relationship trauma can be really, really bad. A lot of women has been in toxic and failed relationships, and this history has made them not to be able to move on. It has made them not to be able to trust their partner, their new partner. So they're finding it really, really hard to adjust in their new relationship. So this trauma that women face in their relationship, it affects them so much, and it is rendering a lot of women single. It even makes women not to be, they find it hard to find a man that is worthy of marriage, what is worthy of their trust, and it is really bad. Peer pressure and also family pressure has a way of making a woman remain single and searching for a very long time. Because in so many cultures, especially in Africa, a woman's success is tied to her marital status. That is why once a woman comes of age, she is seen doing well. You see a lot of people in the society, her family, her friends, her peers, everybody's asking her, when will you get married? When will you get married? When will you get married? And it increases the urgency and the pressure and the fear on that woman. And it's making a lot of women get frustrated with this pressure from everyone in the society. It's affecting the women seriously. Marriage is a choice, and women should be allowed to make their choices at the right time. And finally, for today's episode, the last reason I'll be sharing with you guys is the marriage dream. A lot of women keep having this marriage dream. Yes, a lot of women keep fantasizing of having the best wedding in the world, the most loving husband, the perfect family, everything perfect. So because of this dream and expectation, you see a woman waiting for a man that will fulfill her dream exactly the way she wants it. So if the man coming for her is not willing to fulfill that dream exactly the way she wants it, then she's ready to remain single. And it is making a lot of women actually remain single. None of them are ready to, most of these women are not even ready to compromise. That is this unrealistic expectation I'm talking about. Actually, it is not unrealistic to want an elegant wedding, a perfect husband, perfect family, and all of that. But sometimes life doesn't turn out exactly the way we want it to be. That is why you have to learn to compromise. Your friend might have had what you wanted, that's your dream marriage, but it might not be like that for you. So you should be open to change and adjustments. Yeah, you should be able to, at least, even if it doesn't have exactly the way you want it, at least it meets a particular standard to what you want, you should go for it. You should not keep yourself single and searching for years, all because you have not met a man that meets 100% standard of what you want in your marriage. My dear, it can make you remain single for the rest of your life, because no marriage is perfect. If you have money, there is something you do not have. You understand? So no marriage is perfect, no matter how rich that man is. In conclusion, I've come to realize that a lot of women are actually determined to find love, that perfect love, perfect home that they have always dreamed of. Yes, but the thing is that men and women need to come and understand each other and be ready to make adjustments to that their expectations. Yeah, they have to be open to compromise. They have to be open to adjustments. And forget about all these digital distractions and focus on prioritizing meaningful connections and the main things. Prioritize the basic things, the primary things in your marriage. That is the most important thing. So I wish all of you guys the best in your search for true love and a perfect home. So that is all I have to say for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching my video today. Thanks so much for listening. And please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Also like and comment on my videos as well. Thank you so much for watching. See you in another episode with Rusi Baby.